The Minnesota Vikings just got some great news heading into their Week 5 matchup versus the New York Jets, as it is on the injury front, as maybe TJ Hockenson, Ivan Pace, will they be back for this Vikings team this weekend? And also Aaron Rodgers. He seems a little banged up. We'll get you guys that information. And then also second half of today's show, stay tuned for this. I'm going to be doing a breakdown on the Brian Flores defense, as I think he is adding a new wrinkle that all Vikings fans need to know about. So you guys just wait for that here on the second half of today's show. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. I was naming random NFL players with a couple of buddies of mine late last night, and I was just curious. Name a random Vikings player for me. So I'm not talking to Adrian Petersons. I'm not talking to Randy Mosses. I want you guys to get weird here. I'll start off with mine. I'll go Sidney Rice and that 1,300-yard season he had with Favre in 09. But you guys name a random Vikings player for me down below. So the first dose of great news the Vikings got is that Ivan Pace Jr. will be back this Sunday. This was coming in from Darren Wolfson, which is obviously fantastic news. His Pace was, UDFA last season. His rookie year went fantastic, and he was off to a great start to this NFL season before he did get hurt. Now, we got reports before the year that he was going to be wearing the green dot, calling plays for this defense, but then they did end up giving those responsibilities to Blake Cashman, which I actually thought was the right call. Don't let Pace think. Just let him kind of be that wrecking ball that he has always been. But against the Giants, he had 6 tackles, a TFL. Then against the Niners, he had 9 tackles and 1.5 TFLs. But, how this linebacker group shakes up, I was a little nervous about this group heading into the year, but you kind of have a 3-headed monster now. Blake Cashman's been great. Ivan Pace has been great. And then actually shout out to Kamu Grugier-Hill, as he's been fantastic. He's had an interception in each of the last 2 games. He did fill in for Ivan Pace, and he has been fantastic in coverage. Now, yes, he is not the same run defender that Ivan Pace is, as Ivan Pace is truly a wrecking ball. And, why I really don't believe the Jets will be able to move the ball consistently on Sunday is, they're not going to be able to run the football. Big reason for that is number 0 being back in the lineup, but Grugier-Hill has been fantastic. Now, I am hoping, and again, this is the fan side coming out of me and the person side coming out of me, I hope he's able to get back on that football field just a little bit, as he has truly been, fantastic for this Vikings team. Grugier-Hill has just been awesome. But, more on this Vikings defense, I truly do believe that this team, maybe I undervalued their depth going into the year. This is a very deep defense. Yes, they don't have the top-tier blue-chip players on that side of the football. They don't have a Sauce Gardner. They don't have a Quinnen Williams. Do they have a T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett? No, but they got a solid 10 to 11, 12 guys who feel comfortable in the system, and they all play their best ball in what Flores likes to do. A guy like Van Ginkel. You put him on any other team and any other system in the league, he's not nearly as valuable than what he is with what Brian Flores tries to get done. Now, we do have some more injury news on TJ Hockenson. Everybody clap it up. We might be getting a top 5 tight end in the National Football League back here shortly. But Ahmad Hicks tweeted this out today saying TJ Hockenson's practice window will open Friday, per Coach Kevin O'Connell. Says he will not be given day-to-day updates on his game status, but he will travel to London. I thought there was no chance Hawk was going to make that trip across the pond. Just why risk it? Why even put him on a plane? Just have him kind of be on ice. But I still think he is going to return Week 7 against the Lions. I still think there is less than 1% chance he's out there against the Jets this Sunday. But, man, once you get him back, you just add that final infinity stone to the weapons the Vikings have of Jones, Jefferson, Addison. Then you get Hawk back in there, plus Darrisaw, how great this offensive line's playing. This offense is going to be humming for the rest of the year. But some more great injury news. I guess I titled this a double dose of great news. Maybe it should have been a triple dose of great news. Aaron Rodgers. Apparently he's a little banged up heading into this matchup, as he says Aaron Rodgers says his knee is banged up and swollen. Now, this is really key for what the Vikings like to do on defense. With how, Brian Flores, obviously, it's you line 7, 8, 9 guys up on the line of scrimmage. And then you can allow, the quarterback, they have to process post-snap. But with a guy like Rodgers, who is already limited in his mobility, if he is even more banged up because of his knee, this could be huge for this football team this weekend. Now, I don't think this is going to be something where Rodgers is at 70-80% playing. Like, I bet you he's probably at 95%. But even that little 5% difference, that could be the difference on Sunday between a touchdown drive, between a field goal drive, like just those little things. And plus, like, with the way the Jets offense operates, they just want to get the ball to two guys. It's Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. And if they're not able to get the run game going, which they haven't this season, is why Breece Hall only has 56 carries, 174 yards, only averaging 3.1 yards per tote. Like, he hasn't been good this year. And a guy like Garrett Wilson, he hasn't been good this year as well. Only 20 receptions, 191 yards, and a touchdown. He's not even their leading receiver. It's actually Aaron Rodgers, former Rodgers teammate here. But, the thing is with Rodgers, like, if he is, like, in terms of his mobility, like, it's just 5% less, it is a huge advantage for this Vikings defense. So, that's great news there. But I did see these PFF rankings for the Vikings team as a whole. Wanted to share them with you guys. But overall, the Vikings do rank 7th. Offense, they're ranking 4th, passing 12th. Pass blocking a little lower than I thought. I thought they should have been higher than this, but tied for 15th. Receiving, great, as we probably would have expected heading into year 4th. Run blocking, 4th, which is great to see. Defense, a little lower than I thought, 13th. Pass rush at 29th. That was way lower than I thought it was, but I think maybe they're not they're not thinking about like the twist where, Brian Flores opens up just free passing lanes for these edge rushers. But run defense 2nd, tackling 13th. And, it just always gets me back to this. This team is only going to get better throughout the year. Like, they are a process-oriented team. When the Vikings hired Kevin O'Connell, I remember watching that press conference and thinking, how many times did he say it's about the process? It's not about the results. Obviously, you want to go out there and win every game, but we're trying to get better every day, and that leads to them getting better every week, and that leads to them getting better every month. So what you saw from this Vikings team in September, where they go 4-0, beat the Texans, Niners, Packers, I guarantee you, on a month-to-month basis, you'll see just slight increases in their overall process and just their results, month-to-month. But I'll ask you guys this, over-under for me. Right now, the bookmakers out west have this as the over-under for the Vikings for the rest of the season. 11.5 wins. You guys let me know your thoughts. Give me an O for over or give me a U for under. Make this the pinned comment on today's show. So you guys let me know your thoughts on the Vikings winning more or less than 11.5 wins. Now, coming up next, you guys are not going to want to miss this because I think Brian Flores is doing something defensively that no other team in the National Football League is doing. I'll tell you guys about that here in a sec. But before I do so, I do want to give a massive shout out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is Game Time. If you guys download the app, create an account, and use code ChatSports, you guys will get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Now, Game Time has an awesome new feature called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Now, my favorite view of the Game Time app is the views from your seat feature, where they allow you to get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you even buy. So check it out. Download the Game Time app today and use promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, one more time, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It is game time. All right, let's talk about the Flores defense. So this is something I've noticed on film over the last couple of weeks, watching this football team. So I have noticed that Flores uses linebackers and safeties as almost screen setters in the NFL. What do I mean by this? So normally teams, they run just a simple twist concept where the outside backer, the defensive lineman, they twist, try to cause some confusion amongst the offensive line. The Vikings are doing that, but with a genius new wrinkle. So this is Ivan Pace. Packers are backed up on third and long. 3rd and 6 right here. So this is Josh Metellus at the linebacker position. He's clearly coming. They showed blitz early. Offensive line knows that. But what they don't know is that Metellus is actually trying to open up a rushing lane for a guy like Patrick Jones coming on the inside. Now we get to this next clip. Right here, Josh Metellus literally put his head down and just sprinted right into the Packers' left guard and running back, and that allowed Patrick Jones, who's on the left side of the circle, to kind of sneak back in and kind of curve around and have a free shot at Jordan Love. There's also another example later on in the game where Blake Cashman was lined up on the outside. He came in, he literally knocked over 2 offensive linemen, and then Patrick Jones just came in free. It is genius, and I don't think a lot of other teams are doing this just yet, but I fully expect this is going to be the new thing. Like, I promise you, everybody watching right now, you'll see NBC, you'll see these guys on ESPN. They're going to start talking about this shortly because Flores is truly, truly unique. And now we have another example. 3rd and long, or if you want to go back to that real quick, 3rd and long, you got all these guys lined up on the scrimmage, edge, D-tackle, linebacker, edge right here. They're all lined up. Bread and butter, 3rd and 7, ball snapped. What do you know? It's a completely different look. The 2 linebackers, they bail out. Vikings just get to a simple cover 2 look. And this play is actually when Kamu Grugier-Hill right here, number 54, he ends up intercepting this ball about 15 yards past the sticks because we get to this, and I'll kind of get out of the way here. So this guy right here, it was clearly a distraction route. Like, he's trying to pull him all the way across. Grugier-Hill, number 54. The Packers are hoping he fouls this guy so it opens up the little in-breaking route to take a shot. Kamu peeled off that. He came back on the wide receiver, was able to make a hell of a play on a football. Now, I want to show you guys this. This is Flores being a psychopath here. This is just fantastic. So, look at the line of scrimmage right now. I want everybody to take a second, whatever you're doing, just take a break. You are the quarterback. I want you to imagine you have 8 guys lined up on a line of scrimmage. There's also another play in this game where you had 9 guys lined up. I want you to imagine you're Jordan Love right now. It's a 3rd and 2. You got a running back to the left of you. And all you see is 8 Vikings lined up. And you know already from watching film that week that they could bring all of them. They could bring 3 of them. You truly have no idea of what, they're going to be in. Right here, if I was Jordan Love, I'd be like, all right, you got 2 deep safeties. You got 8 guys lined up. I'm assuming they're going to run a cover 2 shell or some type of look here. And, then Jordan Love can, break it down post-snap. What did the Vikings end up doing? They ended up only bringing 4 guys on this, and it allowed Jonathan Grenard to just be one-on-one with the left tackle. And I want to really point this out right here. This left guard for the Packers, he was so confused this entire game, actually. I really dove into the film and watched this guy over and over again. He had a terrible day. Whoever the left guard was, he was awful. But he is so confused right here where the Vikings had 3 guys right here. The center, guard, and right tackle are all focused on them. And then this left guard is so confused. He should be helping out on Grenard right here. But still, the Vikings only brought 4, and you allowed Jonathan Grenard to go no chip, no double teams, one-on-one with the left tackle, and he was able to get some pressure, and the Vikings were able to, force a big-time 3rd down stop backed up in the Packers' territory. But all that to get to this. And I hate saying this because I actually thought there was no way before the season started. If the Vikings defense keeps up this success and they just maintain it throughout the rest of the season where they're top 5 in, damn near every statistical category, Brian Flores will not be on this football team next year. Obviously I don't know his personal ambitions, like if he wants to be a head coach, but obviously money's better. You can have more control. So I could very well see him wanting to be a head coach. But again, I don't know. But with how unique this Vikings defense is, man, like I fully do expect him to be out of Minnesota next season, and he deserves it. He's the best defensive coordinator in the league, and it's truly special what he's doing. But hey, I'm gonna show him some love to wrap up today's show by typing Skull Flow down below in the comment section. I'm hoping he's going to be a Viking for the next, 3-4 years, but man, he deserves a promotion. I think he's going to get it. But if you guys want to show Brian Flores some love, give me a Skull Flow down below. And also, I'll be breaking down more of the Vikings defense on Twitter. So if you guys want to give me a follow over there, that's a handle at Pat Sieps. See you guys next time. As always, Skull Vikes.